Hi, I'm Ken Bianco Jr. and welcome to TrainWorldTV. We have George from Soundtraxx and he's head of sales, support, everything, the everything man. Today is a huge announcement and you're going to be first to hear it on TrainWorldTV. Soundtraxx just announced that they're coming out with Tsunami 2.
Tsunami 2, it is official.
Okay.
We are announcing Tsunami 2. We're going to have these available in Steam version. We'll have different diesel versions for the different prime mover families.
Okay.
And we'll talk about that when we get to the diesel. And we're also going to have an electric version. And today, right now, we're going to talk about our Steam.
Okay, so Tsunami 2.0 Steam.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Steam
So that's
edition.
what we're going to talk about right now. So we're going to unmute this so you can be the first to hear it and actually see it operate in a locomotive. So we're going to get him moving just to let you listen to it. Now there are a lot of cool features built into the Tsunami 2. We've got many, many more selections than what's available in the Economy now in the Tsunami 2. There's a lot of new recordings. One of the things you'll notice is how the chuff sounds quite a bit different.
So Tsunami 2 is the premium line to Economy.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So with a two-tier approach, we have the Tsunami product line, which is our flagship. Tsunami 2 will now be the new flagship. We also have Economy, which is good for the value-conscious buyer, fleet buyers, stuff like that. We can also be able to service their needs that way.
Gotcha.
So some of the other cool features we've got built into the Tsunami 2 is we have an active DDE. We've talked about it with the Economy Steam. DDE is dynamic digital exhaust, and basically it sees how hard the locomotive is working and will adjust the chuff sound accordingly. So if you've got a locomotive that's running flat grade and then hits it and then enters into a hill or an incline, that chuff is going to automatically get deeper, heavier, and louder.
Okay.
So we'll simulate that right now. We're going to move backwards here. So we'll start moving somewhere about speed step 10, 15. And to simulate a heavier grade, I'm just going to press gently on the locomotive. You can kind of see how the chuff has gotten a little heavier, a little louder.
Right, right.
And then when we cut the throttle, you hear it actually getting lighter as the locomotive is coasting to a stop.
Okay. And this is called dynamic digital
Exhaust.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So one of the other things that we've built into the decoder is we've also allowed you to adjust the cutoff. So using the Johnson bar like the locomotive engineer would, you can adjust the valve timing inside of it. And what it does is it actually will adjust the tone of the chuff. So to move forward here, we're just going to go speed step 2 so we have a little bit of time to see it. And we're going to push F5. And what you're going to do is you're going to hear the chuff change manually. And then now it'll go into a full drift mode. So now you're only hearing the rod clank. So then we'll activate F6. You'll hear the chuff re-engage. And there's varying degrees, so as you could adjust it manually, you can do it that way. Or you can let the DDE take over and it'll adjust it automatically.
Right, right.
One of the other cool features that we're really excited about is the implementation of a train brake as well as the independent F11 brake. So using F12, you can toggle back and forth between independent brake mode or train brake mode. They each have their own braking rate that's adjustable in the decoder. But the sounds are appropriate. So right now we're just going to move reverse real quick. We're going to apply the F11 independent train brake. So you hear the brake squeal, and then when the locomotive comes to a stop, you hear the squeal stop. When you release, you hear the independent bail off, and the locomotive starts to move again. Well, now what we're going to do is we're going to stop. We're going to change direction, but now we're going to activate the train brake, and what you're going to hear is you're going to hear the compressor start to charge the train line. You're going to hear the air brake sounds for the train brake, and that's using the train to slow the locomotive instead of the locomotive trying to slow the train.
Okay.
So you'll hear the compressor charge as it kick that on as it charges the train line, and then as we start to move forward, we'll release it. You'll hear the appropriate sounds. And as the locomotive gets moving, we'll apply the train brake this time. You'll hear the different sound effects. And you'll actually simulate the work that the real locomotive does. And as you'll notice, it actually is taking a little longer to slow down, simulating the heavy load behind it.
Interesting.
Now, included in this Tsunami 2 steam decoder, we have 63 different whistles that are programmed into the decoder. So
That's
you
a lot of
should be
whistles.
able to find a whistle that'll match the prototype that you're working on. We've got 60 different selections for bells. There's about 10 or 15 different bells with different ring rates that you can select on.
Okay.
We've got 10 different exhaust chuffs to choose from built into the decoder. Lots and lots of selections in there, so you can really customize the decoder. There's a lot of sounds that are on this decoder that are not on the Econami, so for the really Intuit model that really wants to match his decoder and have the best on the market, here we go, Tsunami 2.
Gotcha. So with the Tsunami 2, you're getting all these brand new features. It's the premium line for Soundtraxx, so make sure, we should be getting it in shortly, so stay tuned. Check out TrainWorld.com, shop online for all your Tsunami 2 products. Thank you so much, George.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thanks.